Brooke Shields once said, "Smoking kills. If you're killed, you've lost a very important part of your life." Brooke Shields is not a smart person. However, she may have been onto something, implying that one's life is an important, if not the most important thing about one's life. Indeed, how could one's life ever truly be lived if the life one is experiencing is one that is post-being killed? You definitely can't smoke then. Although life, to quote Jeff Goldblum in the classic film 9 Months, French title Neuf Mois, will find a way. Life certainly found a way to this girl. For on the 8th of March 1977, in Kentucky, USA, Dara Lutz was born. Hey, we're in Kentucky, where the moonshine flows like wine, and we all sleep with our cousins, and the mayor is this guy. Yeah, we are in Kentucky. Here's some bourbon from Kentucky. Here's a banjo in Kentucky. Here's some douchebags from Kentucky. There's a statue of a horse and a beanball backbone. Never gonna shine no more. Gonna beat my wife. Dara was born to parents Logan and Michelle Lutz, who were childhood sweethearts and subsequently adult ones. Logan was a proud father and tirelessly worked day and night at the marketing division of Capitol Records, translating the names of famous English pop acts for the foreign market. Whatever chart toppers ended up being called in their fans' respective countries, it was this man that made it happen. Adam und the Ants, Logan Lutz. Los Gorillas, Logan Lutz. In Russia, Girls Aloud became Debrost Domsky Dochnya, which roughly translates as the lascivious orange banishers of industrial turmoil. Michelle was a doting mother and supplemented the household income by doing part-time bookkeeping, though she later branched out into part-time beekeeping. Dara was a precocious child, for Kentucky at least. At her christening at the Jim Crow Memorial Chapel, she stunned the congregation of gun-groping, toothless Barely people who made up the population of Narrowview, Kentucky, the town made famous for having a plow as a mayor. She confounded the onlookers by quoting passages from Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha verbatim. This was considered very strange behavior for an 11-month-old toddler. The concept of reading in itself was a hell-worthy trespass for anyone in the state of Kentucky, a state where Oxford commas were outlawed and whose welcome sign read, "Welcome to Kentucky, you're gonna get you got some grits." For Dara and her family, it was time to move on to Cape Town, South Africa. Dara was approaching 5 years old, a whole 35 years younger than her current age, which is 40. By this time, she was blessed with a younger brother, Stuart. Stuart adored his older sister, who would often entertain him in the long winter evenings by acting out one-woman plays of the latest Hollywood blockbusters, such as Ghostbusters, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Steel Magnolias, and Delicatessen. These short and technically limited playlists were the initial indicators of her deeply vivid imagination and boundless creativity. Whereas most children tended to just have the one imaginary friend, Dara Lutz had at least 50. 1. Thomas Dolbach, a sound engineer in his mid-40s. Bella Sparkles, a ballerina who had unsavory ties to the Shiite military group. Maud Mann, a quantity surveyor. Harold and Rosemary Fenway, a retired couple in their early 70s. The 1976 South African Olympic relay team. From left to right, Captain Mike Michaels, Lewis Chambers, John Raddickson, and Little J. Jackson, who later went on to ride a magic swan into the sun. And many, many more. Such as Houdini, a cheeky little brown mouse. Rosalind Backsack, an embittered bureaucrat who planned to cause disruption in the system from within, but has yet been all talk and no action. Jamie PowerPoint, a man who can only communicate via PowerPoint presentations. Minnie Whispers, the ghost of a 1930s Broadway showgirl who was trying to warn Dara about an impending marshmallow avalanche that never arrived. And 40 more. the same number as Dara's current age, 40. However, in 1987, the Lutz family decided to leave South Africa because fuck this place. After the Rangers of Kentucky and South Africa, they needed to up the ante, somewhere devastatingly beautiful and serene. A utopian wonderland where tolerance, culture, and sophistication are as plentiful as the blue, blue skies. Where mankind thrives, where dreams flourish. Chorley, Lancashire. Chorley, a mecca for the great and the good, a pioneering beacon of the noble English spirit, the home of the Langdon Viaduct, 16 brothels, and, remarkably in only a 12-mile radius, 8 gala bingos, where one can win anything from marmalade hampers to gorgeous ceramic dogs. This was paradise indeed. It was here that Dara began a love affair that persists to this very day. She began to write. With the help of her grandmother, Cathy Denith, a thief-and thinger, dancer and dressmaker, Dara would draw inspiration from her surroundings and spend hours alone in her room, creating literary worlds of angst, obsession, and nihilism. Existential crises were, at 11, second nature to Dara, and it was this same tortured artist's temperament that led her to burn the only copy of her first novel, Andromeda, written when she was only 13 years of age, a tale of rural hardship and a boy with an earring. Sadly, now all that exists of the manuscript are only 2 lines. The very first line, "Edith's dead," said Count Gruben, and the very last line, "He smiled and gently ran his fingers through her pubes." One can only imagine. But for Dara, the bright lights of Chorley were now dimming. After a brief spell at university, she decided to leave home. She needed to see the rest of the world, to grow, to achieve. She needed to find herself. But where in the world could top Chorley? Where could she go that could even hold a candle to this epicenter of art and beauteous urbanity? The answer was obvious. Jersey.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Dara was home. She immersed herself in all the unparalleled splendor that this 5-by-9-mile island had to offer, and it had it in spades. From the glamour of Havana nightclub, which has a whopping 6 condom machines and prides itself on its long-running door policy of admitting no fat chicks, to the Michelin-starred Big J's restaurant and its famous bacon and cheese baguette with pineapple and garlic mayo, which the Jersey Restaurant Guide 2002 described as mystifying. She settled in St. Juan's, and though it may have been a parish exclusively populated by bumpkin farmyard simpletons and even simpler craggy-faced surfers who listened to awful bands like Reef and Sublime while boring everyone within earshot with their tedious tales of travelling East Asia on their parents' money, St. Juan's was the place. Everything was there. The ethereal majesty of the bay, the sound of the Atlantic sea winds blowing in through the pine, the exciting nightlife, such as the Splash and downstairs at the Splash. And it's here where the tale of Dara Lutz, 40, really begins. Because after 10 years or so of rubbish boyfriends, it was here, on the island of Jersey, where she met the man of her dreams, Christian Jegard.
Christian Jegard, he's her man. Hands down, he's the best boyfriend she ever had, mama. Christian Jegard, he can do 500 press-ups in an hour. Look how awesome he looks in his little pants.
Some people have said he's a dick, but he's not a dick. Why would they say that? They're the dick, if anything. It's fucking bullshit. It was a whirlwind romance. She taught him about life, love, and happiness, and in turn he showed her a pretty good time, if you get my drift. Seriously, she was like, what? And he was like, don't worry about it. I should just mention that she also in her time in Jersey became head of marketing at Shaw, head of marketing at Jersey Finance, started her own PR company Marcon, which provides high-level outsourced marketing and communication services for business, and is baller as fuck. But this is not a life story, because her life has only just begun. Happy birthday, Dara Lutz. And in the words of, yes, Brooke Shields again, where my Brighton peeps at?
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara!
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara!
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara! Woo!
Hi there, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dara!
Happy birthday, Dara.
Okay, that was rubbish. Right, we'll try it once again with some feeling.
Happy birthday, Dara. Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara!
Happy birthday, Dara. Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, Dara. How old is she?
She's 40.
Never mind, I'm sorry about that.
Hello, Dara. Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday, darling. Dolce, Gabbana, Chanel. Love you.
Hola, Dara. ¿Cómo estás? I'm really sorry I missed your birthday. Happy birthday. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon.
Happy birthday, Dara.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Dara, from Claire and Anthony and Sam. Lots of love. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dara. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dara from Africa.
Hi Dara, so I love you so much from all the Coopers.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Dara! See you Saturday.
Hi Dara, so sorry I can't be with you on your birthday. Maddie and I wish you lots and lots of love. You're a wonderful friend. You're the lioness of our group and we love you very much. Have a fabulous day.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!